Hey, this is Jody from FoodStorageMadeEasy.net, and today we're continuing our series on our Extreme Makeover Food Storage Edition with my mom, Grandma Lori. And the first thing that we're going to be doing is talking about disaster kits, and so I've gotten together with her today. Grandma Lori, say hi.
Hi.
And we're going to go over a few questions to figure out exactly what she needs and what she's already got, and then we're going to go out and buy everything and compile it and put it together today. So basically, with disaster kits, there are three options. You can buy everything individually and mix that with stuff that you have in your house already, because some people have a lot of things on hand that are good for emergencies, and then you'd buy your food separately too. So that's the first option. The second option is you can just buy a kit that has everything all in one: food, water, supplies for as ever many people are in your family. Some people really like that option because it's easy, but that can be a little pricier. And then the third option is doing somewhat of a combination of the two. So maybe you get a kit for some of the basic supplies, and you can supplement with other things that you need. So, but thinking of those three options, what kind of emergency stuff do you already have around the house?
I know I have those little silver space blankets.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few of those around. We've got blankets around. Probably not any easily portable food or easily portable water.
So there's a combination of things. Do you have much first aid or any first aid kits in the house?
A big old first aid kit that we use for the hockey team, but parts of it would be good, but maybe portions of it would be out of date. Maybe some of there's Tylenol in it that's pretty old.
Mm-hmm. And from our first video, you had some 72-hour kit foods in cans that were very, very expired. You were worried about eating the food.
Yeah.
So is that kind of a concern with the kits we're putting together now? Is it going to be something you'll rotate, or?
I don't think I would want to rotate them. I don't like rotating very much.
That's the hard part.
I like to keep track of it. But if we had food that, I mean, if it's a big emergency, you don't expect to have a gourmet meal. Just something to keep, just to keep comfortable. So I would like to find food that had a long shelf life.
To add in kits. So thinking of these things, I think we can have a pretty good idea of the kind of kits that we're going to put together. So if you're doing your own kits, kind of think of those questions yourself, and then you can see what we do for Grandma Lori, and you can apply it to your own situation and do what works best for you. So we had some fun at Emergency Essentials, and we've raided the house and looked for some other stuff. What we ended up deciding to do was buy kind of a mid-grade emergency kit, just because my mom didn't have some of the things that I feel are really important. So by the time you start to buy one or two of those things, it starts to make a lot of sense to just buy it in a kit. Some of those things, and you can see the kits from Emergency Essentials comes in a box with a nice backpack, an emergency colored backpack.
That's called 3-day emergency kit.
Yeah, this one's 3-day emergency kit. You can get a light version, and there's more deluxe versions. There are a lot of different options. But some of the things were the radio, a headlamp, a light stick, things that are good for more than one person, a tent that would fit more than one person, emergency whistle, an emergency candle. So just a lot of things that you kind of have to buy ad hoc that are included in our list of what you should include in your disasters kit that you can download on our website. Also matches, utility tape. There is a pocket knife, there's a little first aid stuff, but it's not very comprehensive at all. And so my mom actually found a really good
big old first aid kit
you
in
can
the
see
garage
down here. So what we're going to do is kind of pick and choose some of the most important stuff that doesn't take up too much space and just see what we can fit in the backpack. And then this is a one-person kit. You can buy 2- or 3-person kits or buy a separate kit for each person, but we figured a lot of these things you only need one emergency whistle if you're going to be with your family in an emergency. So they did include food for one person, which I was so excited. I had never actually heard of this stuff before, but it's
going to be so delicious.
This is 3-day supply of food. So it's a 3,600 calorie bar, so it would give you 1,200 calories a day. It has a 5-year shelf life, which is great because then you don't have to be worrying about rotating your kits every year, every 6 months. And so we bought 2 extras of these because there's my mom and my dad and my little sister at home still. So we'll put all those in the kits. And then also one thing, there wasn't a lot of warmth stuff. There are a few hand warmers and body warmers in here, and a blanket and poncho. She did find some extra.
I have a couple of these little space blankets.
Mylar blankets. So we'll add those in for more people, but we also bought an extra set, and you can get these in different packets at Emergency Essentials also. This one has 6 hand and body warmers, 4 stickable body warmers, and 2 hand pocket and glove warmers. So kind of the things you'd worry about most in an emergency are freezing and starving. So we kind of took care of most of the basics with that. And then in the kits actually come these cardboard boxes of water, which I was really excited because the guy at the store told me they don't freeze. So if you threw them in your car in an emergency, you wouldn't have to worry about them freezing and being undrinkable.
You wouldn't buy that for them just for everyday drinking. They're expensive.
No. Yeah, this is not, don't let your kids drink them like a juice box.
Yeah.
But they are pretty expensive, so we didn't buy a full supply for everyone because as you might remember from her basement, you had a lot of juice bottles. You can just throw some of those in with your kit, or you can even buy small size water bottles. So
the Tetra Packs just could be the edge of your totally unperishable water.
Yeah, and they have a 5-year shelf life also, so it's the same thing if you don't want to rotate. And if you decide later on that it's annoying having to think about rotating or carrying around those big jugs, we can definitely go buy more of these. So we are just going to compile all of this and put in our extra clothing items, and we'll show you the finished product, if I could talk today, when we're done.
Earthquake! I gotta get my kit! Look, right here on the shelf near my door. Bottles of water, handles. So if you buy this, buy one with a handle,
Those are really cool.
Oh, it's neat. This is my backpack with everything Jody and Julie set up.
So all the supplies.
These are extra blankets, clothes, mittens, hats, and stuff. And I can go.
And so, now you have a kit, yay!
Yeah, kit.